Going on, guys? Sunday, college basketball. In today's video, of course, just like every day, we're going to go through every single game against the spread. But before we do that, we got to get into a little bit of recap. Just a couple of minutes. It'll probably be 2 or 3 minutes based on how Saturday went. Where was my money? What did I bet on? What's going on? Info, all that good stuff. Subscribe to the channel. Drop a like on the video. We just hit our 4th whiteboard winner in a row. That's right. Texas Tech money line over Baylor today makes 4 in a row, and that actually makes 9 winners out of the last 13. So really crushing the whiteboard winners, guys. And I'm absolutely going to get you a 5th winner in a row today on the whiteboard. So hit the like button. Let's see if we can get this video to 500 likes. Full transparency, guys. Weird day. Very, very weird day. We had a good day on SoBet. Hit our pick over there. If you guys are not familiar with SoBet, social media platform, about 50, 60 people that are allowed to post on there. I am one of those 60 people. It's 60 betting professionals. I only do 1 pick a day. I'm lighter volume on SoBet. That's not where all my premium picks go. But I have a 60% winning rate on SoBet. My record after hitting Kansas State today over Iowa State. And yes, that was an extremely sharp pick. So many people were on Iowa State. Everyone had Iowa State money line in their parlays. I'm on SoBet giving you guys Kansas State +4 and it cashed. So we're now 29-19 over on SoBet. That's a 60% winning rate. $10 will get you an entire month of my bets on SoBet. And with that $10, you'll have access to all those other professionals, about 60 of them. So check out SoBet if you're interested. Speaking of my premium picks, all of them, my website, danspicks.net. You can go ahead and find that link in the description. I'll leave it pinned at the top of the comment section if that's something of interest. We went 6-6 today. We went 500. We did hit 2 out of 3 on the bigger plays, but I'm still going to count this as a neutral day. I'm not going to say we won like a penny. Neutral day, 6-6, 500, and it was the most frustrating 500 day I have ever had in my life. Let me read you guys the exact picks that I had today and my members had today, and I'll also put the screenshot of what members received on email up on the screen for you guys to read. So we had Duke -4.5. Let's talk about this Duke game really, really quick. I'm going to try to keep this whole recap thing pretty short because I know most of you guys just want to get into Sunday games, and I respect that. I hope you can respect me and subscribe to the channel and drop a like on today's video for doing this every day. But just if you could just give me a couple minutes, I think it's even if I have a losing day, if I have a winning day, whatever happens the day prior, I always want to come on here and at least let you guys know where my money was at, where my head was at, what was my thinking, and what happened. I hope you can respect that. A lot of people are scam artists. They're not transparent. They don't show what they did. They cover stuff up. They can't even hit the broadside of a barn with the pick. They fucking suck. Drive off a bridge into a river. You can't do shit. You suck at betting. I'm at least going to tell you guys exactly what I do every single day. I hope you can respect that. So we had Duke -4.5. Duke is, man, I mean, what do you guys think? And I need your comments down below in the comment section for this because I need help with this. I've been doing this 13 years. I have a very strong opinion on college basketball. I know the drill, yada, yada, yada. But what are we going to make of the Duke UNC game? Because as far as I could tell, let's say UNC didn't have Ryan dropping 31 goddamn points, hitting every single three-pointer. Duke guards dribbling the ball off their feet, throwing the ball out of bounds, missing layups at home. Was it the pressure of home court and all the fans? Because when you're a road team, and I've heard people say this, when you're on the road in a rivalry game, it's like, okay, whatever. We're supposed to lose today. Everyone's going to be booing us. Everyone in the building is against me. I'm going to show up and, and sometimes the road teams fight, and that's what I saw from UNC today. Grit, backbone, and you got to realize the UNC team is extremely old. Okay, Ryan is what, 25 years old? 5th-year senior. Baycott, I mean, this guy has been a general manager at Burger King for 6 years. I saw him there. He flips burgers, and that's what he's going to do after his UNC career. Not an NBA player. Actually horrible. He's just lucky these Duke players are so soft. Imagine UNC, a team that just punked Duke. Imagine UNC went and played Houston. They would lose by 50. But I don't know what to make of Duke because they just couldn't make any shots, blew layups, dribbled it off their feet. Their fundamentals like went out the window, and UNC just couldn't miss. As soon as that lead built up, Duke was just unable to get it back. So I'm not sure what to take of the game. Do we completely write off Duke for that game? I mean, I was liking Duke coming into the game. They looked good against most teams, but then like, wow, this huge rivalry game to end the regular season in a revenge spot at home, and it was ugly, man. And then at the same time, I don't want to start giving UNC too much credit. Sure, they look good today, but Ryan dropped 31. That's not going to happen again. And man, UNC struggled many times this year. Barely got by Miami. This team, that team, that team. The ACC is a bad conference just overall. So I don't know what to do. Do we write off Duke? Are they going to lose first round in the tournament? And do we all of a sudden get out of control and start saying that UNC with these experienced players that have been playing college ball way too long, does this experience Davis and Baycott and Ryan and all these guys that like basically have been working a 9 to 5 and have a family and a wife for 10 years, are these guys going to be enough to carry UNC to the Final Four? Or if they get one single game where they're not making shots, they're going to get knocked off? I don't know. I really don't know what to think. The ACC really is not making a lot of sense to me. But let's keep going with these picks. You guys can let me know what you think about Duke and UNC in the comments. We had Duke -4.5. We had Villanova +1.5. Lose the game by fucking 2. Get themselves in a 20. This is a desperation game. Desperate as it gets. You are like you're the first team out on the current bracket bubble. You have a game you already screwed up by not playing in your home place. You moved it to a different gym, still in your home city, still a home game. And you get in a 24-point hold like in 3 minutes. Creighton could not miss a 3-pointer for like 5 minutes of that game, and it was too much damage. Clearly Villanova was the better team. If these two teams played each other 10 times, Villanova would win 7 of the 10, maybe 8 of the 10. So really frustrating start. I don't know how a coach in that situation doesn't call a timeout when they've already dug themselves like a 7 or an 8-point hole, and basically got everyone together and said, look, guys, right now, everyone lock in. If we get down 15, 20, 24 points, this thing's over. Right now, do not let Creighton get out of control. I want to see hands up on the 3-pointers. I'm definitely questioning the coaching here. So we lost on Duke. We lost on Nova. Easy cash on Northwestern. Easy cash on Texas. We lose Auburn -15.5. They win the game by fucking 14 because the guy missed a dunk with 10 seconds left. So we miss Nova by half a point. We miss Auburn by 1 bucket on a missed dunk. What? We miss Kansas. Now, I threw in Kansas +9.5 because it was kind of a hedge because we had Houston in a couple money line parlays. So I was trying to kind of hit the middle with that. Oregon money line, that cashed. Wake Forest -3.5. Very sharp play. The whole world was on Clemson. Easy play. Wake Forest at home. That was a late addition too. Easy cash. And then we had a little money line parlay. Florida Atlantic with Duke. Okay, I was like, well, it's a rivalry. Duke will get the job done at home. The 4.5, maybe UNC hangs around and covers the number. No doubt Duke gets the revenge, though. Nope, Florida Atlantic, nice cash with them, and Duke spoils it. So we get fucked on that. So Duke fucked 2 of our plays. Villanova misses by half a point. Auburn misses by a bucket on a missed dunk. Holy shit. And then we had 3 money line parlays, which were slightly larger. All those other plays were 1 unit. The 1.5 unit plays were Northwestern and Virginia, a money line parlay. Houston and Northwestern, a money line parlay. And Virginia Tech, Houston, and TCU money line parlay. TCU favored 7.5, sometimes 8, depending on what book you looked at home on the bubble in a must win with a comfortable lead, and they blow it to Central Florida and lose by a bucket. You can't make this shit up. So that killed us. That was a 1.5 unit play. So there's a 3 unit swing right there. So we lost a 3 unit swing on TCU money line, throwing the game away at the end. Nova missing by half a point, and Auburn not covering by missing a dunk. That was so close to being a hammer of a day. Still went 6-6. Obviously, me personally with my SoBet play and the whiteboard winner, throw those two in 8 and 6 days, still made a little bit of money. But that's got to be the most. That is the most what the actual fuck kind of basketball I've ever seen. I mean, these are dynamite plays. I cannot believe that's 6 and 6. That should have easily been a 9 and 3 day. Very, very frustrating. But you know what? You're gonna have losing days. You're gonna have neutral days like this. They always happen. Every 7 to 10 days, some of those days will be losing. Some of them will be 500, treading water, neutral. Some of them will be awesome where you just can't miss and you have like a 6 in 1 day and you gain tons of ground. And that's what it's about. It's about stacking good days, having your losing days small, having your neutral days mixed in. And when you look back at an entire month of betting on sports, you're up some units, man. And you just keep doing it. You keep doing it. You keep doing it. And you don't risk more money. You don't chase losses. You keep those units decent. 1 unit, 2 unit, 1 unit, 1 unit. And you just stack the units every single month, guys. This is a long-term thing. People try to get rich quick. I even have some members that recently have gotten a little bit, and I can understand your frustration, but some members have been leaving comments like, I parlayed all your picks, man. You fucking screwed up on this and I lost all my money. It's like, well, what are you doing, man? I give out the unit size and these are supposed to be individual picks. So please don't sign up for my stuff if you're going to just take all my picks and parlay it, put $100 on it and think you're going to make 100 grand out of thin air. It doesn't work that way. I think that's pretty much it, guys. Also, TikTok, follow me on TikTok. That link's in the description. And hey, with Sunday coming up, the website fresh, ready to rock and roll. You can go over there and grab a weekly package on the website. The monthly package is still under maintenance currently, but the weekly package, good to go. It's $20. $20 an entire week for $20. What's $20? Like a quarter of your gas tank in your car? You spend $20 like every day. You can hardly go get like milk and eggs for $20. So grab my picks. It's a week. Today will be Sunday. So you get Sunday's picks, and Selection Sunday is a week from today. So it's perfect timing to get a weekly package from me. You can get Sunday's picks, all the conference tournaments, all the college basketball leading up to Selection Sunday. And then if you're happy with your purchase, if all the winning in that meantime is something that is, considered satisfaction to you, maybe upgrade to a monthly after that and crush the whole rest of the tournament. That's up to you guys. Let's get into Sunday's picks, baby. Let's find a winner. Let's get this whiteboard rocking. 5 in a row. Let's go for 5 in a row on the whiteboard. Let me get a little bit of fresh paper here. Might make some notes. Let's go. Sunday. What's the first game on Sunday? Game number 1, Sunday. Noon, Longwood, UNC Asheville. Man, Longwood with an impressive win. Can they get another one? I don't think so. The problem here is UNC Asheville is going to be so public, man. The whole world's on them already. I'm going to go money line. I see minus 142 on FanDuel. I bet this will be minus 3.5 by tip-off. UNC Asheville money line on FanDuel would be the play there. Nebraska, Michigan. So this is a game that would fall into the contradiction category, right? It's a game where I know Nebraska is the better team. We all know this. Nebraska, easily the better team here. But I just can't be laying points on the road. Not this time of year. I'm not going to do it. 85% of bets are on Nebraska. Nebraska for sure is the better team, but Nebraska is so good at home. They are questionable on the road. Michigan has a little bit of fight. I am not willing to risk my money with a team that needs to win by 6 in a road conference game. I'm not going to do it. I lean Nebraska here, minus 5.5, because I'm not going to put my money on Michigan. But this is a game you guys just can't bet, and don't force it. I know it's noon. I know you're looking at the 12:30 games. You're like, well, if I put my money on this and double it, and then I pick one in the afternoon, don't be doing that stuff. Don't do it. I'm going to pass on this game. Lean in Nebraska. Monmouth at Charleston, 8.5 point spread. The 8 seed. They made it here. They're playing the 1. I get the whole March Madness angle. I'm going to go ahead and lay the points, though. Wisconsin, Purdue. This one's really interesting. So Wisconsin is catching 9.5. Wisconsin is not winning this game. Do they have enough in them to cover 9.5? I'm going to say no. I think Wisconsin is soft. I don't like the mentality of their players. I think they're kind of a team sort of like Duke. They can kind of get punked. And I think Purdue just continues to hear, they got trouble in the first round of the tournament coming, and they're just a fraud, and they're a team that has a good regular season, but they just can't win it when it counts. I think they're going to pour it on here. I'm going to lean Purdue, even minus 9.5. But based on the betting percentages right now, the way the money's divided right now is 65% of bets on Purdue, but 55% of the money. That is a slight lean of Wisconsin getting the points, but not enough for me. I'm going to lean Purdue to win in pretty convincing fashion. Ohio State at Rutgers, very interesting game. Ohio State obviously coming on strong as of late after that coaching change. They've been a different team, but Ohio State, we're laying 1.5 on the road at Rutgers with an Ohio State team. Is a coach that big of a difference? I don't think so. Rutgers, a team that sucks on the road, no offense on the road, much better at home. They'll be fired up here on a Sunday afternoon. I'll take the 1.5. You're going to give me a 1.5 with the home Rutgers team? I'm going to take it. I'll take Rutgers catching 1.5. Drake, Indiana State. 95% of the money is on Indiana State. Spread's only 1. Give me Drake, and I will take the 1.5. I'm not going to be greedy and go money line. This is going to be a tight game. I'll take Drake catching 1.5 here. SMU, UAB. UAB is a coin flip team. If the right UAB team shows up, they will win this game. Maybe even convincingly. 3/4 of the money is on UAB, but I'm actually going to take the 1.5 with SMU in this spot. I think this is a pretty good spot for SMU, even on the road. Michigan State goes to Indiana. The spread's 3.5. Indiana, extremely different team in the last couple of games. They even have a couple of upsets, man. That road win at Minnesota? What the fuck was that? What? You know what I think that does? I think that gives us a better price on Michigan State. And I know Indiana and that home court advantage is so good. But the odds makers know this. They know Indiana's been winning. People are kind of starting to, wow, do we believe in Indiana again? Do we hop on the Indiana train? Are they going to win this and even go on a run in the Big Ten tournament? Is this the Indiana team we expected all season? They're keeping their coach. Did the coach, kind of rally the crew here? No, I'm going to go with Tom Izzo. I'm going to take the much better team at a very reasonable price. I'm not going to overthink this. Indiana, in my head, I will not change. They stink. Their offense is stagnant. Michigan State could use this game for seeding, and I will go ahead and lay the 3.5 with Michigan State here, even on the road. And I think Michigan State's almost better on the road. I think they're almost better. That Purdue game, a couple other games, man. I'll take Michigan State. I'm not going to overthink that. Arkansas State, App State. I'll lay the 4.5 with App State. Reasonable. Illinois at Iowa. I think there's a reason the spread is 1.5. Unfortunately, the wrong team is favored. Iowa just playing much better basketball. I'll take the 1.5 with Iowa at home. I don't trust Illinois. The lack of a true point guard hurts them. I would not be shocked whatsoever if Illinois is leading at halftime. But those last 4 or 5 minutes of the game is where Illinois runs into serious issues. We saw it in the Purdue game. They had Purdue dead. They should have won the game in Purdue if they had a point guard. They're not clutch. I don't think Illinois is clutch. They got to rely on what? Shannon Jr. to hit a jump shot? Damask to do something? I'm going to go with Iowa at home catching 1.5. Maryland, Penn State, 7:30 game. Again, 1.5 spread, man. Common theme here. This is the road team, though. Maryland catching 1.5 at Penn State. Maryland's been much better on the road, and that's so weird. And I've even said that about Michigan State. This time, really seriously, Maryland is wildly better on the road. But this is just too bad of a season. I think Maryland is looking just to get this shit over with. I am not going to take Maryland catching 1.5 at Penn State. Saw Penn State get by Illinois at home. It was at a different gym than they normally play at. A little bit of an extra advantage there. But I think Penn State, I don't trust Maryland's offense, man. Maryland's offense can just completely disappear. They are good defensively. This could be a low scoring grind game. Total of 141, a slightly lean under on the total, but I'll go Penn State money line. It's currently minus 134 on FanDuel. That's a fair price. I'll take Penn State at home somehow, some way, even if it takes a comeback at the end of the game when Maryland kind of freezes up. I'll go Penn State here. And Omaha, North Dakota, a 2.5 point favorite is North Dakota. All of the money's on them. I don't know, man. It's just some March Madness stuff where just nothing makes sense. Maybe Omaha catching 2.5 is the right side there. And that's Sunday, guys. Not a ton of games, but actually some pretty good ones in the mix. I'll probably end up having 3 or 4 picks for members. So hop on the website and grab that. Make sure when you do sign up on my website that you check that spam inbox. A couple people, the emails that were sent out ended up in the spam, and they're like, where are the picks, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, do you check your spam box? They're like, oh, there it is. So just make sure you're aware of where the email might end up. And as far as timing on the email, as soon as you do sign up on the website, depending on what I'm doing, sometimes on the road, if you buy it at like 4 a.m, I'm asleep. So I can't go through the process to get you on the email list and hook you up and all that stuff. So if you purchase, something on my website, one of the packages super, super late at night, just be aware that you're going to have to wait until the morning. As soon as I wake up, I'll see the order and take care of you, get you on the list and get the pick sent right to you. So just if there's a little bit of delay, that's the reason for that. But let's find a whiteboard winner. Let's make this 5 in a row. 5 in a row. You see people on TikTok doing like the ladder challenge with NBA prop bets, and let's see if we can go ahead and get 10 in a row on the fucking whiteboard. Spread straight up, ATS style, the right style, individual bets, no parlays. And shout out to everybody that dropped parlays for Saturday. There were some good ones in there. It's interesting. What are we going to go with here? Who's going to get it done? Who's going to get it done here? Yeah, I like this one. I thought this one initially, and you know what? I'm not going to change my thinking. Ohio State. No, I'm not going to pick Ohio State, but I don't believe that they can be this drastically different. Can they be this different? I'm going to go with the home team here. We're getting a point with Rutgers, 1.5. And I think that's the right side. I'm going to take it. All right, guys, we're rocking with Rutgers plus 1.5 for hopefully the 5th whiteboard winner in a row. Again, drop a like on today's video. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. I'll be doing bracket building videos, all that good stuff. A lot of stuff coming here. It's going to be a very, very jam-packed next month. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be awesome. We're going to win a bunch of money. Hop on that membership. No brainer. Grab this last week of regular season and conference tournaments, and then that'll get you all the way to Selection Sunday. Let's rock and roll. I'll see you in the next video.